So now we have seen weekly as well, because we have turned this out into the week areas. We'll change the name to average weekly bus transport report. Weekly bus transport usage. Apply and OK. Right. Now let's change color as well. We go in the color pace as well. Okay. Now it's looking good. Week 1, week 2, week 3. Now let's take it to the weekdays level. Now let's create. Okay, so first we'll be copying out all these points and changing the name of sheet. We'll be creating a new sheet. So in this sheet, again the same thing we are going to do. We are going to take this and we are going to take this. We are going to click over here, and when we go to more, we'll be checking out weekday. Right? So there was a scenario in our presentation where they said weekdays and weekends. Weekdays and weekends trend. They want to understand how things are moving in weekdays and weekend. This is one of the important thing we need to learn out. Let's go back to Tableau. So we have these things assigned. Okay. Now let's make the same thing. Let's make it graph. Let's have some good colorization. Let's have some labels. Okay. Let's change the day-wise bus transportation usage. Very nice. We now understand every Sunday throughout the year, average count is this. What again we can do is we can have this number of counts in the label session. There are 140 people who in a year traveled on Sunday. There are 162 people who traveled on Monday, 137, 131, 130, and 142 and 158. So we can see on Mondays there is a hype, and data is like very nominal. Each day it's the amount of people traveling are on the same pace technically from 130 to 165. Okay, so we understand this thing. I mean, obviously we are going to look out for next how we are going to interpret this. First we are creating some views for our understanding. Okay, this is again done weekly. Now what? I want to compare two things, that is weekdays and weekends. So that means I want to compare this and this, only these 5 days. And what I want to do is I want to group them. I will be creating a set: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I name it as weekdays. Okay, and okay, so this is a set created. We can see it here. Right, now let's go to these 2 points, Saturday and Sunday. We'll again create a set and we'll name it as weekends. And we are done here, right? So you can see these 2 days. Now let's create a new new sheet, and we'll be placing out these 2 sets. On day-wise. Okay, sorry. Let's go back to the sheet 3. Now we have these 2 things, right? We can put up this thing in filter in. Okay, let's just remove these things from here. Now How we are going to use this set is one of the important question. We have two groupings now, two sets now, but these are sets, these are not groups, right? So now what? We'll be putting here, is there anything which is going to happen? Are we going to do this? So what this showed us that only we want to see this thing. So that means, with the help of this set things, what we are going to do is, if we put up in filter, we are going to see this. If we are only going to put up these things on filter, we are going to see this. Now we have something known as pages over here. Let's put this thing into pages. So that means we can see the charts, but only these things. And if we put up only weekends to this, see this. So you can just play out accordingly. Whatever, how you want to play, that depends upon you. See this, isn't it? That's nice. Okay, now it's not necessary. I just wanted to see, or I just want to put up this thing. So what I'll do is I'll left click and I'll keep only. So again, that comes to weekends. Weekday. We remove this filter, it comes. If I just want this thing to keep only, it comes to this. And let's say I just keep this only, and over here if I click, I'll go it on day level, and I just need to include the number of days, use all. I just want to see for first and second only. Now see, you can see on Sunday there were 7 records, on Monday there were only 7 records, 8 records, 7 records. That was on day level. Remove this, it comes back. So what actually it showed us, so let's go back over here, and when we click on this, we'll say keep only this, and when we go over this, right, what are we going to do is we'll click on days. The days should fall in the same thing. We want to see only first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, and ninth. Okay, so there were only 2 days which was lying in between. This is how it is being shown. Removing weekends, it showed on Sundays it's 25, etc., etc., for those particular days. So now we have understood how these things work. First of every year, second of every year, third of every month, sorry, not year, but second of every month. We have seen day levels as well. So this is one of the things we are doing. Now let's say we just want to view 2 things with the name weekdays and weekends. That means we are going to create weekdays and weekends parameters, right? So it is going to work like this. What are we going to do? Let's check out what are we going to do here. If we want to have something which is known as weekdays and weekends, so that means there are 2 parameters named weekdays and weekends. So in short, we need to create some group, right? And by the way, these sets what we created is a static sets, because we took these data and we put it inside. We will also see how these sets can be created in as a dynamic sets, so that there is like a function where we can just filter it out whatever data we want according to the set we are going to schedule or develop.